as Israeli warplanes strike deep inside Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, blasting a precision missile site and shattering the fragile US-brokered ceasefire. Hezbollah defiantly lights up its coastline with a forbidden tribute to slain leaders, while Nasrallah's son vows the militia will never disarm. From the roar of Israeli jets to the glow on Raouche Rock, the region teeters on the edge of a new and volatile confrontation. Thousands of Hezbollah supporters gathered at a scenic overlook on Beirut's coast on September 25th and projected images of the group's former longtime leader and his successor on the iconic arched Raouche Rock to commemorate their deaths in Israeli airstrikes nearly a year ago. The move came despite an apparent attempt by Lebanon's Prime Minister Nawaf Salam to halt the planned light show. Salam issued a circular earlier this week.
The recent recurrence of the exploitation of national monuments for propaganda purposes and to hold activities in which partisan and political slogans are raised. The public bodies should strictly prohibit the use of public land and sea areas, archaeological and tourist landmarks, or those that bear a unifying national symbolism before obtaining the necessary licenses and permits from the relevant authorities.
Hassan Nasrallah, the longtime powerful Shia leader of the militant organization who enjoyed following across the world, was killed in a series of massive Israeli strikes on a site in Beirut's southern suburbs on September 27, 2024, that destroyed an entire block under which Nasrallah was meeting with an Iranian general and some of his top military commanders. Days later, Nasrallah's successor, Hashem Safieddine, was killed in another series of airstrikes on Beirut's southern suburbs. Reacting to the tribute to the fallen Hezbollah leaders, Lebanese Prime Minister Salam in a post on X said,
"What happened today in the Raouche area constitutes a clear violation of the content of the approval given by the governor of Beirut to the organizers of the movement, based on which the permit for the gathering was issued, which explicitly stated absolutely no lighting of the Raouche Rock, whether from land, sea, or air, and no projection of any light images on it. Accordingly, I contacted the Ministers of Interior, Justice, and Defense and requested them to take appropriate measures, including arresting the perpetrators and referring them for investigation to receive their due punishment in accordance with the applicable laws."
A Hezbollah representative who spoke on condition of anonymity in accordance with the group's procedures, confirmed that the organizers had only requested permission for the gathering.
It was unclear which agency had the authority to give permission for the light show on the rock, and we considered it was covered by freedom of expression under Lebanon's constitution.
The event was a show of force by the Shiite resistance organization and political party, which suffered serious blows in last year's war with Israel, and has been under domestic and international pressure to give up its remaining arsenal since then. Meanwhile, Israel's Air Force continued to carry out airstrikes in eastern Lebanon on September 26th. The Lebanese state-run news agency reported without giving any word on casualties. According to the national news agency, the airstrikes took place near the Lebanese village of Sarain in the Bekaa Valley region. They are the latest strikes since the 14-month Israel-Hezbollah war ended with a US-brokered ceasefire in November. The Israeli military confirmed carrying out an airstrike in Lebanon's eastern Bekaa Valley a short while ago, saying it targeted a Hezbollah precision missile manufacturing site. Posting the footage of the strike on its official X account, IDF said,
IDF attacked a precise missile production site of the Hezbollah terror organization in Lebanon. The IDF attacked a short time ago, using Air Force aircraft and under the intelligence guidance of Amman, a precise missile production site of the Hezbollah terror organization in the Bekaa region of Lebanon. The existence of the attacked site constitutes a violation of the understandings between Israel and Lebanon. The IDF will continue to act to eliminate any threat to the state of Israel.
The IDF said the site constituted a violation of the understanding between Israel and Lebanon. The Hezbollah facility has been targeted by the IDF several times before. Since the ceasefire went into effect, Israel has carried out almost daily airstrikes on southern and eastern Lebanon, alleging that Hezbollah is trying to rebuild its capabilities. The Washington Post reported, citing the World Bank, that the recent Israel-Hezbollah war killed more than 4,000 people in Lebanon, including hundreds of civilians, and caused an estimated $11 billion worth of destruction. Meanwhile, in Israel, 127 people died, including 80 soldiers. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah's son, Jawad Nasrallah, has said the group will never give up on arms, even as pressure from both international and domestic quarters mounts. Jawad, a businessman with no formal position in the group, but who is sanctioned by the US, reiterated,
"Never in your fantasies or dreams would Hezbollah disarm. That much. Fine. Let them dream. Exercise their imagination. Hope. There is something beyond momentary wishes. There's a land that imposes itself, a people, a threat, a reality created near you in 1948, the year the State of Israel was declared. No matter how upset you may be, there's a significant portion of the population in the country that wants the resistance and says, 'These weapons and this resistance are life and security for me.'"
Speaking on the major intelligence breach in the communication devices that killed dozens of the group's members and maimed thousands of others, Jawad said his late father was angry and resentful following the pager blasts.
He was upset, angry, resentful. There was a lot of resentment and thinking, how could this happen? He considered himself entrusted with those lives. I personally think that if he, referring to late Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, had lost one of his own children in exchange for the safety of all those wounded in the pager attack, it would have been easier on him.
Jawad further said the killing of his father had left the family horrified.
At the place we were in at some point, people who were there could not show their sadness and emotions freely. The crying was quiet and silent. The sadness was calm. There was stillness, silence, and complete darkness. We felt a moment of alienation like everyone else, in addition to the horrors of that time, which was terrible for everyone. War, bombing, brutality, and on top of that, alienation.